However, no. But that means you guys are stopping here with him.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments when even the cast members of our favorite shows couldn't keep a straight face.
I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm going to make an interview for you with fiddledee.
Number 30, Molly Shannon elevates the moment, Will and Grace. In the original series, Molly Shannon played Val, Will and Grace's completely unhinged neighbor. Val is, let's say, unique.
I don't want to talk about money out here. Come into my apartment. We'll talk about it like normal people.
All right. Come on, Jack.
Not you.
So when the revival rolled around, of course we needed to know what she'd been up to. The episode does not disappoint. She literally crashes back into the gang's lives, and in true Val fashion, her response to the pain is something else.
Right there, right there, right there. Oh, right there. Oh.
The scene in the final cut is already hilarious, so it's no shock that filming it was that much funnier, as this blooper proves.
Hurts.
Megan Mullally and Sean Hayes completely lose it as Shannon dials it up. Even she slips for a second. Mullally even says no one breaks her quite like Shannon.
You're both going through the same thing?
Only one breaks me like that.
Number 29, Oatmeal, Third Rock from the Sun. In the season 1 finale of this show about aliens posing as humans, we open on the crew in the kitchen, discussing life's essentials. Oatmeal and their leader, the big giant head. The tension sets the stage for some prime bloopers, from Harry becoming the big giant head's transmitter to some quality jabs at Sally's cooking. In the opening scene, Dick tries her oatmeal, and if there's one thing he's learned from his time on Earth, it's that everything is better with cheese.
Next time, try making the extra ingredient cheese.
Yet in this blooper, he's so fed up with taking orders that he chokes on his line.
Why do we have to answer to that pencil-pushing desk jockey? And what is that stuff?
Kristen Johnston jumps in, ensuring everyone knows this mess up has nothing to do with her cooking.
I didn't cook it, okay?
Number 28, Jess's doppelganger, New Girl. We love a meta blooper. In the season 1 episode Backslide, a night out with his boss leads Winston to get his ear pierced, and of course, his friends won't let him live it down.
Winston, what is in your ear?
It's hot and I love it.
Does that feed information back to Shelby to keep track of your migration pattern?
Drop it, please, Jess. Just got back from Carnival. No,
But as this outtake shows, everyone has their breaking point. Jess tells Winston no one can take him seriously with his new accessory, and he responds by pointing out her resemblance to a certain actress. Zooey Deschanel punctuates the moment, playing along perfectly, which causes her scene partner to completely crack.
You can't wear that earring and not have people joke you about it.
thank
You can't look like that and think people can't call you Zooey Deschanel.
What?
Sure, in this case, the whole cast is just these two, but it's such a great moment that perfectly captures the spirit of this cast. Number 27, Son of a Bee, Supernatural. This season 3 episode sees con artist Bella Talbot do everything she can to steal a lucky rabbit's foot.
Maybe next time, I'll hang you out to dry.
Oh, don't go away, Angry. Just go away.
Have a nice night, boys.
Although ultimately unsuccessful, she does manage to drive away with Dean's winning scratch tickets.
Oh. Forgot, we're up $46,000. Almost forgot about the scratch tickets.
Now, how would you feel if someone disappeared with your chance at winning thousands of dollars? There's certainly no mistaking Dean's feelings as he loudly exclaims,
Son of a bitch!
But hang on, is that a smile we see on Sam actor Jared Padalecki's face? According to The Star, his co-star's overzealous response wasn't what he was expecting, but he didn't want to ruin the take, so he turned his head away from the camera to hide his reaction. Number 26, Tight Spaces, The Umbrella Academy.
Hold it.
Hey, everyone.
Good.
This blooper was actually named by the cast as one of their favorite moments. In this episode, the gang steps into an elevator, and Luther, well, let's just say his nerves get the best of him. Honestly, we wouldn't want to be stuck in there either. While most of the siblings react like any normal person would in that situation, Robert Sheehan, as Klaus Hargreaves, number 4, has a very different response. According to David Castaneda, even in the final cut, he can be seen giggling.
Everyone's acting like it smells. I'm just like laughing.
Luther.
Oh God, sorry, I'm nervous.
And apparently, he struggled in every take. But in the outtake, he's not alone. Shortly after Luther lets one rip, the whole cast completely loses it.
Oh my God, Luther, that smells amazing. Oh man, that would have been a great take.
Number 25, an adorable outtake, Modern Family. You've heard the saying, never work with children, right? Well, moments like this prove that saying completely wrong. Aubrey Anderson Emmons played Lily, Mitch and Cam's daughter, and the family's resident savage.
Hey, sweetie. Hi, how was your day?
Better than hers. What's wrong now?
Oh, Daddy's just having a moment.
He's always having a moment.
While she had tons of unforgettable moments in character, we've got to say this outtake is one of her funniest and sweetest. Apparently, before joining the cast, her mom would show her episodes of Modern Family to help her get to know her new castmates. Mid-scene, the young actress casually decides to share that with her on-screen family.
We saw you guys on Modern Family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
How could anyone not break at that? It's just too cute and downright hilarious. Number 24, Alison Brie raps, Community. Alison Brie has talked about her freestyling rap talents outside of the show, and let's just say, if you spend enough time around Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, some of his skills might rub off.
Troy and Abed, getting inside your head, taking sheets from your bed to make a fort. If you don't want the show, I'm taking you to court. My name is Allie Brie, I'm on Community.
Or maybe not. In this outtake, the cast is sitting around when Brie decides to break into a rap, or at least that's what she calls it.
Sometimes I shop at Ralph's cause I got a Ralph's card. Need a discount, yo, cause I don't live in a yard, not a junkyard anyway. Got a regular yard in the front of my house.
The more she adds, the more unhinged it gets, and you can tell her castmates are living for every second.
You know rapping isn't just saying things on one note, right?
At some point, even Brie realizes she's completely lost it. But instead of trying to salvage it, she just goes full steam ahead until she's completely dissolved into laughter.
To the show on eBay. Ing? Why'd I just say ing? I don't know, cause I'm crazy.
We need makeup again. We need makeup.
Number 23, Take Off the Mask, MASH. Even in this dark comedy about a mobile army surgical hospital during the Korean War, the cast found plenty of moments for levity. In one episode, a scene filmed in the OR gets interrupted to celebrate David Ogden Steyer's birthday, complete with a singing telegram.
Wish for a best birthday to you, and many more, and we love you, so there.
What makes this moment so hilarious is how much fun the cast and crew clearly had together. Since Ogden Steyers is still in full costume, he's encouraged to remove his mask. No sooner does he do so than someone yells for him to put it back on.
Take off the mask. May we, put on the mask.
But the real standout is when he, with a completely straight face, tells everyone to get back to work.
Can we quit around and make a movie?
Number 22, Mike's grandma, Stranger Things.
What I wanted to say to you is that,
After finding out about Mike and Eleven's budding romance, Hopper pulls a pretty drastic move to keep Mike away from her. In the blooper, David Harbour struggles to deliver the line with a straight face.
Your mom called. She needs you home right away.
Is everything okay?
No, I don't think so. It's your grandma.
Breaking over and over and taking his young co-stars down with him. Seriously, it's take after take, and the laughter just gets more contagious.
Ready?
Okay.
You got this.
It's your grandma.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Harbour later told BBC Radio 1 that it took them forever to get the scene, even cutting into their lunch break, much to the crew's frustration.
That was such, and you don't even know. There's like 3 hours of that. I shut down the day.
And here we thought the wait for season 4 was taking long because of production, but maybe they were just waiting for them to stop laughing.
It's your grandma. The word is so funny.
I can't do this.
I like that one too.
Number 21, Danny Boy, Schitt's Creek. This episode already has an absolutely ridiculous setup. Johnny gets roped into speaking at the funeral of a man he doesn't even remember. He can't back out, sending him into a full-blown existential spiral. So, in peak Moira fashion, she gets up and starts singing Danny Boy. Soon enough, the whole room joins in. Later, she launches into an encore while Johnny casually enjoys the refreshments beside her.
Danny.
The aired take is hilarious, but behind the scenes, it's even better. Catherine O'Hara either missed a cue or was waiting for a cut that never came.
The pipes are calling.
She keeps going until she finally cracks, completely breaking character. And once she does, so does everyone else in the room.
Are you really going to let me sing?
Number 20, Prison Break, The Golden Girls. In this episode, Blanche, Dorothy, and Rose are mistaken for, as the episode's title puts it, ladies of the evening, and end up behind bars. On the bright side, that means plenty of time for one of Rose's classic stories. Even their cellmates seem intrigued.
Have to, Dorothy. I've kept these bitter butter memories too long. As the pageant drew to its frenzied finale, there I was, alongside the other 2 finalists, churning my guts out.
Given how life in St. Olaf often sounds like a fever dream, we wouldn't be surprised if these monologues were tough to memorize.
I've lived with these bitter butter memories too long. As the finale...
So it's hardly surprising when Betty White loses her place mid-bitter butter tale. But being the quick-witted legend she is, she turns it into comedy gold.
Oh God, they're recasting.
Breaking her castmates, including B. Arthur, which, if the rumors about their off-screen tension are true, is pretty impressive. Number 19, Baby's First Direction, Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is packed with intense drama, and the cast really knows how to pull us in. But there's one little cast member who steals the show in her own way. In this scene, Skylar tearfully worries about her family's safety.
So what's this about the kids not being safe? Safe from what? From us? From Walt and me?
Now, it's hard enough to ignore baby Holly's cuteness in the final cut, but in the blooper reel, it's even tougher. As Marie comforts her sister, baby Holly adds her own commentary.
The kids? They are safe. Of course they are.
I don't think she feels very safe.
The actors can't help but laugh, taking it as Holly's contribution to the conversation. Perhaps she was just offering notes on Betsy Brandt and Anna Gunn's acting. Maybe this is why they say not to work with kids.
I respect you.
Yes.
Number 18, A Sneeze, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. In this episode, the squad is invited to a party at Captain Holt's house, but there's just one problem. For a bunch of cops, their social skills are kind of lacking.
Why wouldn't Holt want us there?
Because he thinks we're going to embarrass him in front of his husband, which frankly is insulting. Oh man, all the orange soda spilled out of my cereal.
So Terry calls them all in for a crash course on basic manners and party etiquette. Of course, everyone has questions, including Gina, who wants to know if Jennifer Aniston-style shorts are acceptable to wear for such an occasion.
No staring at your phones, no rolling in 2 hours late, no sweatpants, no jeans, and no shorts.
What about dress-up shorts, for instance, the kind Jen Aniston might wear?
No, those are still shorts. No shorts.
Classic Gina. Anyway, in one outtake, her line is hilariously interrupted by an untimely sneeze from Andy Samberg. It's a tiny goof and, of course, completely beyond his control, but it's enough to make the rest of the cast burst into laughter.
What about dress-up shorts, for instance?
Number 17. 8 simple rules to breaking your castmates. 8 simple rules. John Ritter was a comedic genius who could always make his castmates laugh, whether it was planned or not.
What? Oh, it's always me.
In 8 Simple Rules, he played the overprotective Paul, who hilariously struggles with watching his daughters grow up.
Just so you know, Kyle, if you ever pull into my driveway and honk, you better be delivering a package because you're sure as hell not picking anything up.
The gag reel is packed with Ritter's antics, from his quirky acting choices to flubbing lines and playfully teasing his co-stars. He had that rare gift for turning any moment into a laugh-out-loud scene.
Stop imitating me! Stop it!
How can we pick just one favorite when he gave us so many? Paul was an essential part of the show, and Ritter was clearly the heart and soul behind the scenes too. Thanks for all the laughs, man.
I wanted 10:30. You said 11, I said 11:30.
No, she said 12.
You weren't even there.
Number 16. Ted's Story, How I Met Your Mother. When Barney gets shaken by a blast from the past, he makes a deal with his friends. If they want him to spill his embarrassing secret, they have to share theirs first. He's especially keen to hear Ted's re-return story, but Ted's reluctant to divulge it and offers up a different humiliating tale instead.
I was playing Ultimate Frisbee in college, and there was this barefoot dude with weirdly sharp toenails.
Oh, come on, Ted. You know what story I want to hear.
Things take a hilarious turn in the outtake when Josh Radnor flubs his line.
So I was playing Ultimate Frisbee in college, and there was this barefoot dude with weirdly sharp testicles.
Oh, come on.
After that, the cast can't keep it together, and several subsequent attempts to film the scene end in laughter. Seriously, they cannot stop. It might not be the juicy story Barney was fishing for, but couldn't they at least have finished the scene for us?
Spill it, Mosby.
Fine. The green testicle story.
Number 15. You want a piece of me? Seinfeld. George Costanza and moral integrity rarely go together, so it's no surprise when he tries to impress Elaine's colleague Anna with a bad boy image. He ends up getting arrested for bootlegging and needs his dad to bail him out, setting the stage for this outtake.
My George isn't clever enough to hatch a scheme like this.
You got that right.
What the hell does that mean?
That means whatever the hell you want it to mean.
You saying you want a piece of me?
Frank gets into a spat with Elaine, who's there to bail out Anna, after she insults his son's intelligence. Jerry Stiller, a true comedy legend, can't even get through a simple line without cracking up the cast.
That means whatever the hell you want it to mean.
You're saying you want a piece of me?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the first to lose it, quickly followed by Jason Alexander and Rebecca McFarland. Stiller, always the pro, leans into the comedy, leaving everyone in stitches.
You want a piece of me? You got it!
Number 14. Laughter in the Bathroom, Will and Grace. Season 8 of Will and Grace treated us to 2 live episodes, where there were no second chances for hilarious mishaps. The eyebrow incident had us all chuckling, but the real chaos took off in an episode centered in Karen's bathroom.
Why has Karen had this party for 10 years and never invited us until now?
You weren't invited to this one either. I screwed up and put you on the list.
It's outrageous! Why wouldn't she want the 3 of us here?
Will, Grace, and Jack discover Karen hosts secret parties without inviting them, because apparently someone's bound to embarrass her. As they argue over who that culprit might be, they can't contain their laughter.
You know what I see when you talk? William Hurt in a wig.
You are both embarrassing. If I had a party, I wouldn't invite either of you.
Soon, they're hurling beauty products at each other. By the time Karen enters, the absurdity of it all has clearly sunk in, causing Sean Hayes to completely lose it and take his castmate down with him.
What kind of prescription plan are you on, by the way?
Number 13. Funny Family Affairs. Supernatural. Ah, the Pearl incident. Easily one of the funniest bloopers in Supernatural history. What's even more surprising is that it comes from one of the show's most emotional, gut-wrenching moments. In this episode, the Winchester brothers reunite with their father to pay a massive price to keep time from unraveling. What's meant to happen is Sam's supposed to crush the pearls. What actually happens is the pearl bounces completely off course and lands, direct hit, into Jeffrey Dean Morgan's, crown jewels.
I hit you.
There's just no coming back from that. Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki immediately collapse into laughter, and you can hear the crew cracking up off screen too. Number 12. A forking good blooper. The Good Place. In Season 4, the gang is tasked with getting Demon Sean on board with their idea for the medium place. He refuses, leading Jason to say,
"You used to be cool, but you've changed, man."
As this blooper shows, the idea that Sean was ever cool and Manny Jacinto's epic delivery were simply too hilarious for the cast to handle.
"You know, Sean, you used to be cool, but you've changed, man."
According to series creator Michael Schur, they were so tickled by this line that they couldn't stop giggling, quote, for 3.5 minutes. William Jackson Harper, who played Chidi, also revealed that they laughed so much that Ted Danson cried. If you ask us, it sounds like the Good Place set is a forking great place to be.
"You used to be cool, but you've changed."
Number 11. Carlton Breaks the Set. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Speaking of fun sets, Alfonso Ribeiro, who played Carlton on Fresh Prince, once shared that the cast loved to entertain their audience to the fullest. On one memorable day, he asked the directors to focus on him because he had something funny planned. In the scene, Will tells a dramatic tale about Lisa as payback for a prank pulled by her and Carlton. The scene could have ended shortly after Ribeiro's panicked exit.
Oh my gosh, she's still up there! Oh my God!
Instead, the actor indulged in a hilarious, over-the-top masterpiece that takes down his castmate, some extras, and the entire studio audience. It was such a riot that, of course, they had to keep it in the final cut. Number 10. The Dentist. The Carol Burnett Show. Tim Conway had a real knack for finding humor in everyday situations. We'll be seeing more of that later too. In this episode, he plays a freshly graduated dentist who accidentally anesthetizes himself, setting off a chain of hilarious mishaps.
There'll be a little bit of pain, and then numbness will set in.
His co-star, Harvey Korman, can't hide his laughter as things spiral out of control. Yes, in this context, the whole cast might be just one other person, but Korman's reaction alone is worth an ensemble of 1,000.
Yeah, I'll be right with you.
Eventually, Conway can't resist joining in the laughter as well. According to Conway, Korman found the whole thing so hysterical that he might have had a little mishap himself.
Better look at it a little closer with the light. Sorry, I didn't, just... Oh, well, now that'll be $20.
Number 9, Hot and Foamy, Frasier. The actual aired take that led up to this moment is absolutely hysterical. After reading their mom's notebook, Niles finally signs his divorce papers, only to later discover the Niles in her notes wasn't him at all.
Oh my God, Maris has seen the papers. It's too late to take it back.
Your reasoning was still sound.
My reasoning? My reasoning was based on my mother's obsession with bourbon!
He takes a moment to cool off, only to end up a little hot and foamy. In the outtake, as Niles emerges covered in foam, you can see his on-screen family members smirking. However, that's not what breaks them. Martin starts to deliver his detective expertise on the situation, but breaks down before finishing the line.
You know what must have happened? My hot and foamy must have
Soon enough, everyone else is laughing along with him. In the next take, Daphne's hilarious follow-up line sets them off again.
My hot and foamy must have exploded.
He was a detective, you know.
Number 8, She Drove Me Here, Parks and Recreation. Craig. How do we describe Craig? Well, he's loud, a little intense, never shies away from voicing his opinion, and is very enthusiastic about everything.
Craig Middlebrooks, Samantha in the boardroom, Miranda in the bedroom. I know it's not ideal, but it's who I am. This is my friend Madison. She's amazing, and she drove me here.
He's also hilarious and a beloved addition to the Parks team, courtesy of actor Billy Eichner. In this scene, Leslie puts together a team to brainstorm ideas to improve community relations following the Pawnee-Eagleton merger. Craig introduces himself and his friend Madison, who drove him in. In the blooper, it's clear that everyone's getting a kick out of Eichner's delivery, and Aziz Ansari even eggs him on.
How did you get here?
Are you an idiot? She drove me here!
Who did?
Does anyone want to do shots? There's alcohol in here.
There is alcohol in here.
Of course, it's not long until they all break. We only wish this conversation had made the final cut.
Craig, I might need a ride back home. Could you drive me back to my place?
She drove me here! Damn it!
Number 7, Thor and Dr. Jones, The Big Bang Theory. We wonder how many takes of this classic Big Bang scene it took before the director raised their hand and went, well, good enough. In this season 9 episode, a crowd gathers at the comic book store to see Footprints on the Moon make their musical debut.
Indy's whip snapped, Thor's hammer missed. It was Avenger versus Archaeologist.
The guys have penned some interesting lyrics, but we commend their commitment. In fact, in the episode that aired, Kaylee Cuoco can be seen chuckling when Howard really goes for those high notes.
Thor and Dr. Jones, Thor and Dr. Jones. One plays with lightning, the other plays with bones.
Still, that's nothing compared to the outtake. When Howard tries to harmonize, Cuoco can't contain her laughter, and soon brings some other cast members down too.
One plays with lightning, the other plays with
Number 6, Cricket Fakes It. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Charlie and Mac are reunited with old friend Pete, but they're disappointed that he's more together than they remembered. So they turn to Cricket to help lure the old Pete out with what can only be described as an exorcism.
Let's go through the basic beats, all right. Talk a bunch of Latin.
Yeah, that's me. I'll fake it.
Wait, what do you mean you'll fake it? You don't know your Latin anymore?
No, don't worry about it. I can sell anything.
There's just one problem. Cricket doesn't know the required Latin to perform such a task. Now let's cut to the outtake. Cricket waxes lyrical about the importance of faking it, and something about his co-star's reaction suggests that maybe this wasn't the dialogue they expected. They try to play along, but can barely get through a sentence without giggling. They're certainly not faking just how funny they find this scene.
Sometimes you don't fake it. Okay. And it just ends naturally.
Okay.
Number 5, The Couch Gag, Boy Meets World. Eric spends this episode in an array of disguises as he seeks vengeance on Topanga.
Don't you worry about Topanga.
but it turns out he's no match for her, physically or mentally. Unfortunately, one of his more creative yet ill-thought-out costumes didn't make the final cut. However, the bloopers can be seen at the end of the episode.
He's never leaving, is he? Never. I'm only asking because it is 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're crushing Eric.
Sean and Angela have been sitting on the couch embracing for a while, seemingly unaware that Eric's hiding in the cushions. His reveal is so funny that it breaks everyone, and since it didn't make the final cut, we can only imagine the amount of takes ruined by laughter.
You gotta get off me.
Number 4, no one is safe around Betty White, hot in Cleveland. This is wild to imagine, but apparently the late great Betty White wasn't meant to be a series regular on Hot in Cleveland. She was initially signed on as a guest star in the pilot episode. But come on, it's Betty White. Of course folks loved her.
I'm going. I know what action means.
So do I, but it's been so long.
And if she hadn't been convinced to join the cast, we may never have gotten so many hilarious bloopers. In one of our favorites, White's Elka talks about her dating profile.
In fact, that's my screen name. Bender over. I signed up when my bender was over. I signed up when my bender was over.
White can barely get through the punchline without giggling, which sets off a domino effect with her scene mates. In fact, it's so funny that it even gets called back to in a later outtake.
Oh no. I have a feeling we have another bender over.
Number 3, Kitty's Dance, That 70s Show. In the episode, Kitty and the girls head to a club for Donna's bachelorette party. The usually wholesome matriarch unveils a wild streak when she starts grooving in front of the exotic dancer.
I need room to roam. Born free as the something free.
It's so funny that even in the episode, Mila Kunis can be spotted openly laughing. However, as this outtake shows, she wasn't the only one who found the moment hysterical. Even Deborah Jo Rupp can't keep a straight face. According to the actress, she improvised the whole thing and intended to keep going until someone yelled cut.
I had never done it full out during rehearsal because I just didn't know what I was going to do. So tape night, I did it full out.
We imagine she would have kept dancing for a while, as everyone was probably doubled over and too breathless to call it anyway.
Mila couldn't speak. Laura's behind me. They are collapsed in laughter, and no one's yelling cut. So I just keep dancing and dancing.
Number 2, Ross plays the bagpipes. Friends. Ross Geller is at the center of 2 hysterical Friends bloopers that broke everyone involved. But before we pivot onto our pick, we just had to take a second to appreciate this moment. The cast managed to one-up their own hilarity a couple of seasons later when Ross showcases his newfound talent to the gang and urges them to join in, which Phoebe does.
You know the song. Sing along.
In the aired episode, you can see that Jennifer Aniston struggles to maintain composure. However, she's far from the only one who catches the giggles in this blooper. We get it, we've probably watched this scene hundreds of times, and it never gets less funny. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, The Elephant Story, The Carol Burnett Show. According to Carol Burnett's memoirs, a golden rule of sorts on her show was that everyone should stay in character.
I go around circling like that. I thought it was so laughable at the time.
But here's the thing, when something's just that darn funny, the rules pretty much mean squat. During this installment of the family sketch, the group plays a game of password. Mickey Hart, played by Tim Conway, tells such a ridiculous story about elephants that everyone, including Burnett, struggles to maintain their composure.
They was joined at the end.
The more details he adds, the more they begin to crack.
I kind of felt sorry for them. They couldn't go like the other elephants when they go.
However, it's Vicki Lawrence as Mama who finally fully breaks them all. It's still one of the funniest TV bloopers of all time.
Go on, Mama. Sure that little asshole's through.
Which set looks like it has the most fun? Let us know in the comments.
Hey, Amy, what's up? Sheldon and I engaged in sexual intercourse. In other words, I'm sorry.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.